it made my job hard to come in here and say, man, it looks great outside, and I haven't been outside.
Yeah.
I'm the type of person I have to go outside in order to give a good analysis of how I'm going to toss when I have somebody like Bekah Birdsall
That's right.
in the studio. It feels great.
Feels
I like
great.
it. It feels fantastic outside. It's a great, I was thinking about this, it's a great pool day.
Yes.
Like where it's not too hot, you're not going to fry outside, but it's just comfortable.
It's the humidity levels that just make it feel so much more comfortable.
Yeah.
So if you have any outdoor plans today would be the day to do so, as we're probably going to see that humidity value start to increase by the end of the week.
Enjoy it now, because later in the week,
it's going to get hot.
or later in the summer too. I'm like, enjoy this. I feel like even later in the week is going to be nothing compared to like late July, August.
We're going to be in the upper 80s, maybe brushing 90 towards Saturday, of course, with pop-up summertime thunderstorms. But this is only the beginning. So days like this, where we're still in the lower to middle 80s, lower humidity, those are the days that you really have to take advantage of. Of course, we're in June, and hurricane season is in full swing. We've got our first area of potential interest from the National Hurricane Center, and they came out with this outlook yesterday. A 10% chance now of tropical cyclone formation over the next 48 hours to 7 days. Now, this is likely not going to turn into a named tropical storm, but it will likely carry on some sort of tropical or subtropical characteristics, especially towards the end of the work week as it moves off the Florida coast. And if it remains enough offshore, it could be able to gain a little bit of strength. Now, what is the difference between tropical versus subtropical? Well, subtropical is typically where the strongest winds are away from the center. It's a hybrid system that usually contains both extratropical and tropical characteristics. It's also a little bit more of a cold core, while tropical, strongest winds are near the center, and it's fueled by just the warm waters. So dust is also going to have an impact on our forecast as well. Of course, we've been dealing with the Canadian smoke since this weekend, and that's going to linger today and tomorrow. You'll notice the hazy skies, but we'll have a plume of dust start to move into the Atlantic and even over towards the Carolinas, I think, just in time for Thursday. So once again, we're going to be dealing with the haze, replacing smoke with dust. We just cannot get away from it. Thankfully, does not look like it's going to be impacting air quality much, and it will help to suppress some of that tropical activity as well. And we'll likely carry that all the way through the end of the work week before cold front really starts to drag this off to the sea. So Saharan dust, what it actually does with tropical weather, well, it certainly gets picked up from Africa and starts to move way across the Atlantic. So this has traveled thousands of miles to the Carolinas again by around Thursday, and it suppresses convection. So it's basically hard for clouds to form when you have dust in the air, and of course suppressing tropical cyclone activity. So this will help prohibit that from actually happening. Regardless if this turns into any named storm, which it's not expected to do so, still will bring lots of disorganized and showers and thunderstorms and pretty significant rainfall from Florida to the Carolinas. So you'll notice a low excessive rainfall impact from Florida all the way to the Carolina coastline between Wednesday and Thursday. And those are the areas that are going to see the most significant rainfall out of this. Most of the rainfall totals, especially over towards Florida, this graphic is still made. Okay, there we go. Could see anywhere from 2 to upwards of 4 inches at times. And alongside that Carolina coast, you can see some of those darker oranges and reds. That is indicating some areas will see close to around 3 inches of rainfall between now and the next 7 days. I want to mention this is not going to be a significant rainfall for the Charlotte area. We may pick up half an inch to upwards of an inch in some spots, but it is not looking to be like a big soaker for our area. Much bigger rainfall impacts again over towards the coastline. So service map showing that low pressure system continues to drift up to the north, and again, if it does remain just a little bit more offshore, that's the chance where it could gain just a little bit of strength there, but otherwise it's going to bring some rain for our area starting Thursday morning. So futurecast showing nothing but dry conditions today and tomorrow, but here comes the showers to start off your Thursday. Some pockets of heavy rainfall possible, but depending on where this low pressure system actually sets up, some of this rainfall could shift east or west. So keep that in mind. By the time we get during the daytime hours on Thursday, I think we'll have pretty minimal rainfall impacts, and a couple of more showers and thunderstorms will start to move through ahead of our next cold front towards the weekend. It's been a hazy day, but it certainly feels fantastic out there. You can see those hazy skies pretty much from every angle, and certainly not as hazy as it was from yesterday, but it's going to be looking and feeling good for today, Wednesday and Thursday. That's when we'll likely see some of the humidity back in, as well as temperatures really starting to increase towards the weekend. So for today, high temperatures in the middle 80s, nothing but sunshine. Quiet, calm conditions expected in the forecast for today. Temperatures will trend a little bit downwards, especially by the time we get to Thursday, just because of the clouds, cold temperatures, and the impacts from that coastal low pressure system. We're going right back up Friday, Saturday. We're going to be in the upper 80s, close to 90. Of course, the warmest day of the year so far was 88 back in April 5th, so we will have the chance to finally hit 90, something that we have not done just yet so far this season. We'll keep the rain chances around pretty much from Thursday and then right back up towards the weekend. Again, as our next cold front starts to come along, a couple of chances for some thunderstorms will certainly be possible. So for today, it's Chris Mulcahy's pick of the week, and I agree with it. Highs, middle 80s, sunshine, fantastic. Tomorrow, not too bad at all. More cloud cover, lower 80s, a little bit more humidity starts to enter back into the picture. Thursday, that's when we'll see the rainfall impacts from that coastal low. Be out of here by Friday. Going to be warming up with a couple more thunderstorm chances for the weekend.
Oh, okay. I was going to say Wednesday because it's a little cooler, but I'll take today. I'm not going to disagree with Chris. I don't want to do that.
No, today, it will feel fantastic. Today and tomorrow. Yeah.
Okay. Bekah Birdsall, thank you for your time.
Yes, good to be here.
Thank you. And before you go, I want to make sure I get this in because we have a hurricane special coming up. And it's tomorrow. I wanted to say Thursday, but it's tomorrow. Like this May and June are just, oh my goodness. Okay, anyway, I digress. On June 4th, tomorrow, our Weather Impact team will host Hurricane IQ, a WCNC Weather Impact special. They'll walk through the hurricane predictions for this year, take a look back at the devastation from Helene, and explain the science behind hurricanes. It will help you be prepared this hurricane season, and you can catch it on air or streaming on WCNC Plus on June 4th at 8 p.m. I'm excited, Bekah, for this special.
Yeah, it'll have some great information there, especially as we kick off the start of hurricane season and what people can expect going into this season. Of course, it's supposed to be above average, which is exactly what we saw basically the past 3-4 years. And it only takes one bad storm for it to be a bad season. So some good information there.